Let's get started with Packet Tracer 414. This topology has 4 local area network or LANs and a wide area network. This should show double green arrows on each of the links. If you are seeing any amber circles, just wait, or you can fast forward. To begin, from the command prompt of PC1, ping PC2. PC2 is in the same subnet, 192.168.10, and its host address is 11. That ping is working. From the command prompt of PC1, ping PC3. This one is in a different subnet, but under the same R1. PC3's address is 192.168.11.10. The first request timed out due to the ARP, but the remaining pings were successful. The first question in your document is, why were the pings successful? Layer 1 and Layer 2 are working, indicating that the links are working correctly. We know Layer 3 is also working because routing was successful between these two subnets on router R1. Another reason, since the topic in this chapter is access control lists, there must not be any access control lists in place for that part of the network doing any packet filtering between these two locations. Once you have answered that question in your own words, the next part, step 1C, which says from the command prompt of PC1, ping PC4, and then ping the DNS server. PC4 is in network 192.168.30 and its host address is .12. The response back is not successful. Let's try the DNS server. 192.168.31.12. The same result. The pings failed, which leads to the question, why did the pings fail? Let's skip over this question for now because in part 2, we are going to see what the answer is to this question, and then we can come back and answer it. Part 2 tells us to remove the access list and repeat the test. In step 1, let's investigate why the ping isn't working by navigating to router R1 command line interface. Use the show run and show access lists commands to view currently configured access control lists or ACLs. To quickly view the current ACLs, use the command show access-lists. ACC tab will tab complete. Then enter a space and a question mark, which views the available options. We can specifically request an access list by number or name, or by default, it will show all access lists configured on the router. By default, a router has no access lists configured. Enter to look at any access lists that have been configured. We see there is one that has been created. It is a standard access list. It is a numbered access list, and it has been given the number 11. This access list consists of a set of rules in the form of a sequential list of permit or deny statements known as access control entries, ACEs, or ACL statements. Now, a standard access list can only filter at layer 3 using the source IP from the packet header. This process of applying a packet filter or access list is called packet filtering. Now, an access list on a router does not mean that any packet filtering is happening. Packet filtering only happens once the access list is applied to an interface. Looking at the specific access list, the first line of the ACL, or the first access control entry, is denying or blocking any packets that originate or have a source IP address in the 192.168.10.0/24 network. This is going to include ICMP, Internet Control Message Protocol, echoes or ping requests. The source IP network is followed by the inverse or wildcard mask. These first 3 zeros specify to exactly match 192.168.10 in the first 3 octets. The .255 in the last octet means ignore the last octet. It doesn't matter what values in the last octet, meaning that any host address will be included in this denying or blocking or packet filtering. We also see that there have been 8 matches to this access list, which would have happened during the ping requests. That tells us that this is an active access list that has been applied to an interface and is actually doing filtering. The second line will allow all other IP traffic from any source to travel on through the router. Now, this is very important. This line is required, or else all traffic will be denied due to the implicit deny all that is at the end of every access list, but not shown. Without this line, after denying that particular network, the next action would be to deny any other packets. So we have to be sure and put that permit any as the last line. Now, for an access control list to impact router operation, it has to be applied to an interface in a specific direction, either in or out. In this scenario, the ACL is used to filter traffic exiting an interface. Therefore, all traffic leaving the specified interface of R1 that it has been applied to will be inspected against ACL 11. The router will change from, by default, allowing everything through to now inspecting every single packet against this access list to do the packet filtering. Although you can view IP information with the Show IP Interface command to see where an access list has been applied, there's a shortcut or a more efficient way in some situations to simply use the Show Run command with some filtering. To get a complete list of interfaces that this ACL may be applied to, and the list of all ACLs configured, you can say Show Run. Now, there are 2 pipe symbols in this command. By the way, if you want, you could simply copy it and paste it in. The first pipe symbol means what follows is an action that we need to apply to the output of show run. We want to include or grep any lines and only any lines that include the word interface or the word access. That second pipe symbol is an or. Don't put any spaces in there. That makes it easy for us to see which interface the access list has been applied to because it matched the word access. And we want to have the interface lines displayed as well so that the output includes the name of the interface so that we can see which interface that access list has been applied to. Access list 11 has been applied to interface serial 000, which is the interface facing R2, and it has been applied in the outbound direction. So every packet that is going out towards R2 from that interface will now be inspected. Now we have enough information to go back and answer the question from part one, why did the pings fail? In your own words, to the effect of what we found, R1 has that packet filter access list 11 blocking any IP packets sourced from network 192.168.10.0, PC1's network, from exiting, going outbound interface S000. Then we can scroll down and answer the next question as well, which is to which interface on R1 and in what direction is the access control list applied? And we know that that's serial 000 outbound direction or outgoing traffic. Moving on to step two, it says you can remove ACLs from the configuration by issuing the no access list command, followed by the number in this case. Remember that removing an access control list from an interface does not remove the access control list from the router, and removing the access list from the router does not remove the ACL from the interface. So that's two commands you would need to do separately. We are to go to the serial 000 interface on R1, remove access list 11 by first going into configuration mode, then to interface configuration mode. Either type this in or you can copy and paste it. Since the original command which applied the access list is IP access-group 11 out, we are repeating that command with the word no in front of it to reverse it. Once we apply that command, we see that the access list does still remain on the router. We're not going to use that anymore, so we will also do the command no access-list 11 in global configuration mode to remove that access list completely from the router. Now that the access list is no longer in place, go back to PC1 and see whether PC4 is reachable. Once the ARP is out of the way, the pings are successful to PC4, and attempting to ping the DNS server is now successful. The packet filter has been removed and is no longer filtering those packets. That concludes this access control list demonstration.